Good evening, Commanders Nation. So today I'm going to talk about the running back room. Today I'm going to analyze the running back room. I'm going to give you guys the facts, and then we're going to go from there. We're going to analyze it and do all this fun stuff. But yeah, man. So last year, we had 3 running backs in the initial 53-man roster. It was Brian Robinson, Austin Ekeler, and Jeremy McNichols. This is right now our current running backs depth charts. They didn't have Michael Wiley. I was just like, wait, is he not on the team anymore? I Googled him. I was like, he's still on the team apparently. Now we have pretty much the same team, the same running back room, but we got a new kid in town. Bill Krosky Merritt. Jacory. So, and a guy who's really intriguing. I really like that pick in the 7th round. He looks like he could be awesome for us. But yeah, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to, talk about the previous running back room, current running back room, cap space, and then also the roles and projections that I think may happen this upcoming year. But before I continue, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Like and subscribe, dude. Okay, you don't have to. All right. So let's start with the first dude, Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson underperformed last year. I think we all can say that with a straight face. Only had a 100-yard rushing game since December 1st to end the season. That was against the Titans, and didn't have no other 100-yard game after that. You know, he had only 3 100-yard rushing games start the entire season, 4.3 yards per carry. But just watching the game, you're just like, you feel like he left a lot of yards out on the field. You feel like he just, you know, and there was games where I'm just like, geez, like, why even run the ball? You know, we're not going to get 2 yards, even if that. Granted, now, I will admit, you know, some of that can be attributed to the poor run blocking from the offensive line. Also, some of that could be contributed to Brian Robinson himself. But I'm not going to go in depth. But listen, I want Brian Robinson to prove us all wrong. If you're wearing the burgundy and gold, best believe I'm going to root for you, even if I don't like you. Even if I don't like you per se as a player. I want to root for you. So, yeah, I mean, I get all the criticism that he's getting. But look, he's in a contract year. He knows this is the year. If he wants to get paid, he needs to break out. So hopefully he comes in fully motivated. He comes in and he does his thing. So I'm wishing the best for Brian Robinson. We'll see what he does. We'll see. I'm not a guy who's gonna hate on him. No. That we're not. I'm not gonna do that. But anyways, going on to Austin Ekeler. I mean, he had like 4.8 yards per carry. A third down running back, obviously. 35 catches, 466 yards in 12 games. He was pretty really solid. I love that signing for us when we got him. A great veteran to be around our boy Jaden Daniels, a guy who came in, you know, great, you know, helped Jaden Daniels transition over to the NFL. Like, it made it much more smoother for him. You know, to me, it was a great signing. Granted, when we signed him, I was just like, all right, is he going to be healthy? And unfortunately with him, like, that's right now his biggest thing. It's just he's one concussion away from damn near retiring. Honestly, there's even questions this offseason. So that sucks. Even though I like Ekeler, he's playing his role as a third down running back. Injuries, like, that's just his biggest thing. So, but yeah, man, and I'm going to go over to McNichols. Jeremy McNichols, man, one of the most unheralded players on this roster. I really like McNichols. He's one of those guys, you know, 55 carries, 261 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4.7 yards per carry, and played all 17 games. He is Mr. Reliable. Mr. Reliable. Plays the third down. Great on pass protection on third down. We all see him freaking smacking these dudes on the third downs. Like, I like McNichols. He's very serviceable, and he's always there for you when you need him. So, you know, I like him, dude. I like McNichols. You know, and I think, unfortunately, with Ekeler and his injury history or his injury concerns, it makes McNichols a little bit more valuable in this roster. Let's go over to the cap space. Cap space right here. I'm going to put the numbers right here. B-Rob's in his last year of his contract. He's making actually $3.46 million this year. Last year's rookie contract, dude. Austin Ekeler. Last year of his 2-year contract with us. You know, last year, I mean, he signed a 2-year, $8.43 million contract, making $4 million this year. McNichols re-signed a 1-year, $1.337 million contract with us. And then we got our boy Bill Krosky Merritt in a rookie contract, 7th round. That's going to be a cheap contract, obviously. But that's the current cap space. I think cap space for the running back, we're good. I feel like this is how it should be for running backs. Have a dude on a rookie contract, multiple dudes on rookie contracts, have one veteran, most likely is going to be the third down running back, who's very important, making $4-5 million. Like, I like that. I like how the running back is set up financially. It is. We don't have no long-term money played into running back, but. But anyways, let's go over now to the most important part. Roles. Upcoming roles. My prediction. This is where I'm going to lose subscribers by the minute. It's okay, dude. Before I'm gonna be straightforward. I think B-Rob's starting week 1. Is that something that's questionable to say? Is that something that, am I being outlandish for saying that? I feel like I'm kind of like stating the obvious to a certain degree. I'm not a genius to say that. Let's take off our fandom hats and let's be freaking Dan Quinn. Let's all shave our heads, put our hats backwards, and let's be Dan Quinn. All right? We all love Dan Quinn. Let's be Dan. I'm getting a little riled up right now. I don't know why. Dude, Dan Quinn is one of the most loyal people in the NFL. We saw it countless of times last year. He's loyal to his players. He gives them a longer leash than other coaches would. He defends his players at all times. He showed it to us his entire first season with us, okay? Brian Robinson, he fits that mold of a guy. He is Dan Quinn's guy. Dan Quinn is going to stick with him, I think. I love Bill. I love Krosky Merritt. I love that pick in the 7th round. Athletic specimen, 4.45 40 time, 40-inch vertical. He's a running back through and through. He's not a guy who's playing wide receiver to running back like Antonio Gibson. No offense to Antonio Gibson. Krosky Merritt is the real deal regarding running back. Like, he is a running back. Barring an injury, or if Brian Robinson's not on the roster, I think he's going to be the week 1 running back, dude. I think so. Look, I just told you Dan Quinn's history. Let's speak about late round running backs history. The late round running backs history, they don't usually start week 1. They don't. The only anomaly is Alfred Morris. And that day I'm just like looking back at that roster. I'm like, geez, like that roster was like, ugh. He came in there and he was just like, there was nobody else in the running back room with him. So, but besides him, name me a running back, a late round running back that came in and started week 1. I can't think of one, dude. It's not that often. It happens, but it's not that often. What I think is going to happen is he's definitely going to eat into Brian Robinson's carries in week 1. I don't see any scenario where Bill's going to come in and start week 1. What usually happens is that the late round running backs, they take over mid-season. And if you're good, you take over and you don't ever let go of your starting spot. I'm rooting for Ryan Robinson, Krosky Merritt. Play the best player. If Krosky Merritt lives up to his hype, play him. But even with that, like, the way I'm thinking is this. Krosky Merritt's going to come in. I think he's going to make the roster. He's going to eat into Brian Robinson's week 1 carries. It's not going to be Brian Robinson all the time on first and second down. It's not. I think Krosky Merritt's going to eat into it. It's still going to be a majority Brian Robinson, okay? But here's the thing, the critical spot for both Brian Robinson and Bill. Come week 5 and through week 8, that's the sweet spot. I think that's the sweet spot. If Brian Robinson is still struggling during that time, that's when Krosky Merritt, if he's being up to par running back wise, that's the time for him to come in, take the spot from him, and never relinquish it from him. And if he's good, he's going to keep it to the end of the year. And then and if he does that, we'll be awesome. Because great, we got a new running back in town on a rookie deal. We're set. So I think that's what's going to happen, dude. Week 5 to week 8, that's the sweet spot for Krosky Merritt if Brian Robinson is still struggling, which, I mean, it could happen, Yeah, man. Like I see people saying like, Krosky Merritt's going to start week 1. Respectfully, like, you're a child of God, but I humbly disagree. We can disagree, dude. I don't think he's going to start week 1 based on Dan Quinn's track record, based on just running backs' track records. But Case point, Tyrone Tracy, running back from the Giants, 5th round running back. He didn't start the first couple of weeks. He took over week 5, week 6. I would know because I had him last year in fantasy. So like, I'm just like, that to me is like the most recent example. But like, yeah, man, I think that's what's going to happen. B-Rob starts week 1. Granted, I think Krosky Merritt's going to eat into his carries, first and second down. And then if B-Rob's still struggling, come week 5 to week 8 during that time, that's when Krosky Merritt takes over. If B-Rob is struggling. Or if Krosky Merritt's just struggling himself, then B-Rob might just continue to go on for the rest of the year. That's my prediction, dude. I feel like, is that controversial? I don't know if that's controversial, but like, I don't know. I feel like I should, I want to, in this channel, I want to, I want honesty to be above all else. I'm not going to, I can't come in here and just say, oh, and pander to like the majority opinion. I think we have to be realistic, dude. I'm wearing my hat backward. I'm in the Dan Quinn mindset right now. But anyways, and here's another hot take. I'm gonna lose subscribers by the minute. I'm losing subscribers by the minute right now. I think there's a chance we carry 4 running backs in the 53-man roster. Barring any Brian Robinson, Austin Ekeler, if they're not on the roster. I mean, they get released or traded. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they'll get released, but like, because of the fact that Austin Ekeler is a concussion away from just being not, just one cut. I don't want to say it, but you guys will know what I'm talking about. And nobody wants that from Austin Ekeler. I think it makes McNichols that much more valuable. Krosky Merritt is not going to play on third downs in his rookie year, I think. All the scouting reports for Krosky Merritt said that he couldn't pass block to save his life, and he's not a great pass catcher as of right now. He's going to improve on those over the years, but as of right now, as a rookie, I don't think he's going to play on third down. So it makes McNichols that much more valuable. We can't lose McNichols. Do I want 4 running backs in the 53-man roster? Ideally, no. But because of our current situation, are we going to risk losing McNichols? I'm just throwing it out there. You guys make the decision. I don't know, man. Like that's the way I see it. But like, of course, you guys let me know. But yeah, man. I think that's gonna play out. The running back room, like, we don't know where the hell is gonna play out. Honestly, like, it's definitely a room where you just don't know what's gonna happen. But hey, man, whoever is starting week 1 or whoever is our running back come week 18, that's my running back. That's the way I see it. If you're in burgundy and gold. Granted, there's players on the burgundy and gold that I'm just like, ugh, but I'm still going to root for you. So, and I'm wishing them all nothing but the best of luck. So that's the way I see it with Brian Robinson. So yeah, man, I'm low on sleep. I'm going to go to sleep. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. Well, this is a very interesting room. I like the talent and I like Bill. I like Krosky Merritt. But yeah. We'll see where this takes us. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Till next video. Peace, y'all.